हमको तो दिया हुआ साहब।
Hello, good afternoon. Today our topic is discrete time Fourier transform. Before discussing discrete time Fourier transform, let us first discuss about these waves, these signals. This is time domain signal and it is rectangular signal. If we take Fourier transform of this continuous or periodic signal, we get a sample function, that continuous sample function. But if this aperiodic signal is converted into periodic signal, then we get the sample of this signal. Means when this aperiodic signal is converted into periodic signal, we get the sample of sinc function or sampling function. So this is discrete. It means that when signal is periodic, we get discrete Fourier transform, and when signal is aperiodic, we get continuous Fourier transform. Similarly, when this is a band unlimited signal x of t in time domain. If we take the Fourier transform of this signal x of t, we get a signal Fourier transform of x of t in frequency domain like this. If we take sample of this signal, it means that this is the discrete signal, and we take here it is x of n. If we take Fourier transform of this discrete signal, we get a periodic signal. So we can say that Fourier transform of periodic hello. If we can say that that Fourier transform of periodic continuous signal is discrete, and Fourier transform of discrete aperiodic signal is periodic continuous periodic signal. Here for periodic continuous periodic signal we get discrete signal, and for discrete signal we get periodic signal. Or you can say that according to duality property, periodic signal Fourier transform of continuous periodic signal is discrete aperiodic signal, and Fourier transform of discrete aperiodic signal is continuous periodic signal. It means that if we take Fourier transform of discrete signal, we get a periodic Fourier transform. We know that for continuous time Fourier transform or continuous Fourier transform is given by x of omega integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of t exponential minus j omega t dt. This is the Fourier transform of continuous signal. So for discontinuous signal, for discrete signal x of n, formula is given by, or Fourier transform is given by x of exponential j omega. For discrete signal, this integration is changed into summation. Limit is same from minus infinity to plus infinity. This t is changed into x of n, and in this case, this t is changed by n. So both formula is same. This is for continuous and this is for discrete. X of exponential j omega is given by summation from minus infinity to plus infinity x of n exponential minus j omega n. This is the DTFT or discrete time Fourier transform. Discrete time Fourier transform is given by this formula, and this is known as analysis because by this is known as spectral coefficient, and by knowing spectral coefficient we can analyze discrete signal x of n. For continuous Fourier transform, inverse Fourier transform is given by x of t 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to plus infinity x of omega exponential j omega t dt. In this case, this t is replaced by n. For discrete signal, x of n is given by 1 by 2 pi. Here, integration is there is no change in integration because for discrete signal, for this discrete signal, Fourier transform is continuous. So, Fourier transform is continuous, so there is no change in integration sign, and this Fourier transform is periodic with period 2 pi. So limit is changed from minus pi to plus pi or 0 to 2 pi x of exponential j omega multiplied by exponential j omega n d omega. T is changed by omega. And this is synthesis equation. In this equation, why we have not changed this integration to summation? This is clear in this figure. This continuous signal and its Fourier transform is also continuous, and for discrete signal its Fourier transform is also continuous, but this Fourier transform is periodic with period 2 pi to pi. So in this case, this integration is not changed in case of discrete signal, while in case of analysis signal, this integration is changed into summation signal. Then discuss about the physical periodic nature of x of ej omega. According to the definition of DTFT, we know that x of exponential j omega is given by summation n minus infinity to plus infinity x of n exponential minus j omega n. If we replace omega by omega plus 2 pi k, so we can write this x of omega plus 2 pi k, and here we can replace this omega by omega plus 2 pi k, and this expression is simplified in this form: exponential minus j omega multiplied exponential minus j 2 pi k n. But value of exponential minus j 2 pi k n is equal to cos 2 pi k n minus j sin 2 pi k n. and value of cos 2 pi k n is always 1 and value of sin 2 pi k is 0. So we can say that x of omega plus 2 pi k is equal to summation from infinity to plus infinity x of n exponential minus j omega n, and this is equal to x of omega. It means that x of exponential j omega is periodic with period 2 pi. Condition for existence of Fourier transform. Fourier transform exists only if discrete time signal is absolutely summable. Means if we sum the mod of x of n, its value is always less than value is always less is always some finite value or always less than infinite. Basically, the Fourier transform of a periodic finite energy discrete time signal is called discrete time Fourier transform. Then properties of discrete time Fourier transform periodicity x of exponential j omega is given by summation x of n exponential minus j omega n, and if we substitute omega by omega plus 2 pi l, then it is written as x of n exponential minus j n omega plus 2 pi l, and exponential minus j 2 pi l n is equal to 1. So this is equal to x of exponential j omega plus 2 pi l is equal to exponential j omega. So we can say that Fourier transform or DTFT is periodic in frequency with period 2 pi. X of exponential j omega represent that x x of exponential j omega is periodic function in frequency with 2 pi. Then linearity x of n. If Fourier transform of x of n is given by x of exponential j omega and Fourier transform of y of n is given by y of j exponential j omega, then calculate or determine the Fourier transform of a x of n plus b y of n. Fourier transform of a x of n plus b x of n is given by this formula, and since a and b both are constant, we can take out a and b out of the summation sign, and this is equal to a plus x of exponential j omega plus b y of exponential j omega. So we can say that Fourier transform of linear combination of two or more signal is equal to the same linear combination of Fourier transform of individual signal. Time shifting. All properties are proved in the same manner as in case of Fourier transform or continuous Fourier series or discrete Fourier series. If x of n, if Fourier transform of x of n is x of exponential j omega, then calculate or determine the Fourier transform of x of n minus n naught. Fourier transform of x of n minus n naught is given by definition, and here we substitute n minus n naught by n dash. So n is equal to n dash plus n naught, and summation limit of summation of minus infinity to plus infinity. Here we can write that x of n dash exponential minus j omega and substitute the value of n, which is equal to n dash plus n naught. Here n dash, so we take exponential minus j omega n naught outside from this summation sign, and we get exponential minus j omega naught multiplied by x of exponential j omega. If signal is shifted in time domain by n naught signal, then magnitude spectrum remains same, but phase is changed by minus omega naught. Frequency shifting. If Fourier transform of x of n is given by x of exponential j omega, then calculate the Fourier transform of exponential j omega naught n multiplied by x of n. Means we have to calculate the Fourier transform of this signal. Fourier transform of this signal is given by this expression according to the definition of DTFT, and if we take this term out of this square bracket, we get x of n exponential minus j omega minus omega naught n, and this can be written as x of exponential minus j omega minus omega naught. So we can say that multiplying x of n by exponential j omega naught n in time domain results frequency shifting by omega naught in frequency domain, because here this x of n is multiplied by exponential j omega naught n. So this omega naught indicates that signal will be shifted in the frequency domain by omega naught. But sign is changed in this, here plus sign, and in frequency domain there is minus sign. While in case of time domain shifting, sorry, this negative sign is same in this. Means negative sign is in time domain and frequency in time domain and frequency domain, both sign is same in time domain and frequency domain in case of time shifting, while in case of frequency shifting sign is changed. If in time domain sign is plus, in frequency domain it is changed by negative sign. Then time reversal. If Fourier transform of x of n is given by x of exponential minus j omega, then calculate x of minus n. Fourier transform of x of minus n. Fourier transform of x of minus n is given by x of minus n exponential minus j omega. Some limit of summation is from minus infinity to plus infinity, and if we substitute minus n is equal to n dash, we get this equation x of n dash, and minus n is replaced by n dash, means exponential j omega n dash, and n dash is written as minus j minus omega, and this is written as exponential minus x of exponential minus j omega. So we can say that if we fold x of n in time domain, then magnitude spectrum remains same, but polarity of phase spectrum is changed. Time expansion or interpolation. If Fourier transform of x of n is given by x of exponential j omega, then Fourier transform of x of n by capital M is given by x of exponential j m omega. In this case, there is no m or this is simply written as exponential j omega, and in this case, exponential Jm omega. Calculate the Fourier transform of x of n by m dash. M, and this is given by summation x of n by m exponential minus j omega n. Then substitute n by m is equal to n dash. Then this equation is converted into x of n dash exponential minus j omega. Value of n is n dash multiplied by m, and substitute this value of n, and this is written as x of n summation x of n dash exponential minus j omega m n dash n. This is written as x of exponential j m omega. Meaning of this property is clear in this example. Suppose that a discrete time signal x of n is given by 1, 2, 3 and 1, 3, 2, 1. And this arrow indicates that this is the value of x of n at t is equal, n is equal to 0, at n is equal to 0. So we draw this signal when n is equal to 0, magnitude of x of n or value of x of n is 3. When n is equal to minus 1, value of x of n is 1. When value of n is 1, value of x of n is 2. Similarly, when value of n is 2, value of xn is 1. Hello? If you have any problem, please discuss. Aru, Anuja, hello? Gaurav, Arunama,
यस मैम नहीं
कोई प्रॉब्लम है या समझ में आ- We can write x of n is like this. X of minus 1 means when value of minus 1 n, when value of n is minus 1, value of x of n is 1. Similarly, x of 0 is 3, x of 1 is equal to 2, and x of 2 is equal to 1. This x of n can be written in terms of delta function. Magnitude is 1, so 1 multiplied by delta n plus 1, delta n plus 1, 3 multiplied by delta n. This can be written as 2 delta n minus 1, and this can be written as delta n minus 2. So x of n can be written as delta n plus 1 plus 3 x of delta n plus 2 delta n minus 1 plus delta n minus 2. And if we take Fourier transform of x of n, we get this expression for Fourier transform, discrete time Fourier transform. Suppose that x1 of n is equal to x of n by 2. In this case, if we substitute n is equal to minus 2, x of minus 1 is 1. When n is minus 1, x of minus 0.5 is equal to 0 because there is no value of x of minus minus 0.5, so its value is 0. X of when n is 0, value of x of 0 is 3. Similarly, we calculate the value of x of n for n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, and n is equal to 5. So this is the value of, this is the diagram of x of n. And if we draw this these values of x of n with respect to n, we get that 1 0 is appended between 3 and 2. 1 0 is appended between 2 and 1, and 1 0 is appended between 3 and 1. Means यहाँ पे ये देखो x of x1 of n is given by 1 0 3 0 2 0 1, or you can say that here value of n is 0 1 2 3 4, and this is minus 1 and 1. Between each sample 1 0 is appended, and x1 of n can be written delta n plus 2 plus 3 x of delta n, then 2 delta n minus 2, then delta n minus 4. So x1 of n can be written as delta n plus 2 plus 3 delta n plus 2 delta n minus 2 plus delta n minus 4. And if we take Fourier transform of this, we get the Fourier transform exponential j 2 omega plus 3 exponential j 0 omega plus 2 exponential j 2 omega plus exponential j 4 omega. If we compare this equation 1 and equation 2, if we compare equation 1 and equation 2, there is one difference. In here 2 is multiplied, in this case 2 is multiplied, in this case 2 is multiplied, and for this 2 is multiplied. And this is n by x of n by 2. X of n by 2 is equal to exponential j x of exponential j m omega. If value of m is 2, then we simply, if we know the value of x of j omega, then we can easily write the value of Fourier transform for x of n by 2, simply putting 2 in each term. There is no need of calculation of this. The next property is differencing in time. If Fourier transform of x of n is x of exponential j omega, then determine the Fourier transform of x of n minus x of n minus 1. Fourier transform of x of n, Fourier transform of x of n is given by x of exponential j omega, and Fourier transform of x of n minus 1. This is time domain shifting. So in time domain shifting, there is no change in sign. So exponential minus j omega multiplied by x of exponential j omega, and it is written as discrete differentiation in time domain. In case of discrete signal, then differentiation in frequency domain. If Fourier transform of x of n is given by x of exponential j omega, then differentiating in frequency domain, we simplify the multiplying n by x of n to the x of n, multiplying simply n to x of n. Suppose that x of exponential j omega is given by summation x of n exponential j omega, and if we differentiate this with respect to omega, then we get here minus j n, and we can say that this is the Fourier transform of n x of n is given by j differentiation of Fourier transform x of exponential j omega. Multiplication. Convolution. Next property is convolution. If Fourier transform of x of n is given by x of exponential j omega, and Fourier transform of y of n is given by y of exponential j omega, and then you calculate the Fourier transform of x of omega convolution y of omega. Fourier transform of x of omega convolution y of omega, and we know that Fourier transform of x of n convolution y of omega y of n is given by this, is written by this expression, and convolution of x of n and y of n is written by summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity x of k y of n minus k. Interchanging the order of summation means if we take summation k from minus infinity to plus infinity x of k out of this summation sign, then and then put n minus k is equal to m, then this expression is written as summation x of k multiplied summation y of m exponential minus omega m plus k, and in this case y of m is written, so for this summation sign exponential minus j omega k is constant, and we take this exponential minus j omega k out of this summation sign, and this is exponential, this is the Fourier transform of x of n, and this is the Fourier transform of x of y of n, so we can simply write means if signals are convoluted in time domain, their coefficients are simply multiplied in frequency domain. And next multiplication, last and next is multiplication. If x of Fourier transform of x of n is x of exponential j omega, and Fourier transform of y of n is y of exponential j omega, then calculate the Fourier transform of x of n multiplied by y of n. Fourier transform of x of n multiplied by y of n is given by this formula, and here we substitute the inverse Fourier transform of x of n, and then we change the integration and summation sign. We get that multiplication of two discrete time sequence is equivalent to the convolution of their Fourier sequence. So time class is over. Thank you.